The seven dwarves make this look cute, right? It isn't what it's cracked up to be.
What is the definition of mining? Mining is the process or industry of obtaining coal or other minerals from a mine.
Hydraulic fracturing, or fracking. Put simply, fracking describes the recovery of natural gas from deep layers inside the earth. In this method, porous rock is fractured by the use of water, sand and chemicals in order to release the enclosed natural gas. First, a shaft is drilled several hundred meters into the earth. From there, a horizontal hole is drilled into the gas-bearing layer of rock. Next, the fracking fluid is pumped into the ground using high-performance pumps. On average, the fluid consists of 8 million liters of water, which amounts to about the daily consumption of 65,000 people, plus several thousand tons of sand and about 200,000 liters of chemicals. The mixture penetrates into the rock layer and produces innumerable tiny cracks. The sand prevents the cracks from closing again.
Whoa, Jesus Christ.
This is the image that people know of about fracking, right? A drinking water tap catching on fire. That happens when you have methane in the drinking water. So what you hear from advocates, environmentalists, folks who live near there is that the drinking water is contaminated either because there's natural gas in it or because those chemicals that are being used to kind of push the fluid down into the rock, fracture it, that could seep into groundwater.
Look at how disgusting this water is. Ew.
It looked like a horn that was sticking out of my head.
Ever since the natural gas industry moved into Jeannie Moten's neighborhood 5 years ago, she says she and her family have been sick.
We were so sick we couldn't move. We had it was like the flu times 10. Explosive diarrhea, throwing up, everything hurt.
Madison, you look absolutely parched.
If polluted water is ingested, it can lead to many negative impacts on human health.
Symptoms may include diarrhea, fatigue, nausea.
Oh gosh, I don't feel so good. It must be the water.
And rashes.
My name is Benny. I'm geologist and environmental engineer, and I spent over 15 years working within the mining industry, as well in the consulting industry, and I have worked also for the Ministry of the Environment. Yes, I have seen a long-term impact as a result of the mining. I have seen tailing ponds. I have seen water contaminated as a result of underground mining. Also, I have seen polluted lakes. I have seen pretty much a lot of the impact on the environment and the human health as a result of mining, whether it's an open pit or underground mining. There are advantages and disadvantages of the mining. The good part of the mining is that mining in general made possible for the society to get materials required for the technological progress. So all the technological revolution and the way we know it right now, incorporating all the technology would not be possible without mining. And in terms of the cons, the negative impact of the environment is associated with a lot of land destruction, a lot of pollution, a lot of contamination, abandoned contamination, and a lot of change. It is similar question like, can we make the cars to run without the pollution that they are producing? And it is all the matter of balance, because we do need the materials in our everyday life, and they come from the mining. the mining contributes significantly to the economy, the world's economy, and therefore also provides jobs, provides opportunities for employment, and also provides opportunity for research and development. So I personally believe it is possible to find a solution for those problems, and it is in a matter of balancing the both things. How to produce more sustainable materials on responsible way, and to make it, improving it constantly, to the matter we make it sustainable. We can always improve it, and we can always minimize the pollution associated with the mining, and that requires a lot of work and a lot of research and in terms of incorporating a cleaner technology. And there is a specific approach in mining. It says how to make the mining greener. Means we cannot eliminate all the pollution associated with mining, at least currently. However, we can always minimize it, or particularly access those pollution and make sure we monitor them and we clean it up if we cannot eliminate them completely.
Man has used coal as a fuel for over 3,000 years, and it remains one of the world's most vital natural resources. It generates more than 40% of the world's electricity, and every year we go through 6 billion tons. Somehow, mines must ensure a constant supply, or our cities would be plunged into darkness and industries would grind to a halt.
Mining begins when someone, a prospector with a geologist's hammer or an analyst from a major mining company, finds a mineable mineral deposit.
Turning that discovery into a productive mine demands planning, as every ore is different and must be treated accordingly.
The kind of mine is determined by the type of mineralization. Each ore zone is different, and each project requires a customized solution.
To me, as somebody who had grown up in the mountains and loved the mountains, the idea that a coal company had the right to blow up an entire mountain and wipe it off the map forever was just unconscionable. Just look across the valley next door. That's what it used to be like, you know, one of the most diverse forests on the planet, and now it's a wasteland. Over there used to be a valley and a stream that's now covered up with thousands of feet of boulders. That's never going to be the same again, and it's over 2,000 miles of streams have been buried in Appalachia, some of the most diverse streams on the planet, some of the cleanest water on the planet, and that is a huge loss to this part of the world.
Liquefied petroleum gas fracturing, or LPG, is a possible solution to traditional fracturing. LPG replaces water in the fracking fluid with a mixture of chemical additives and propane, opposed to the traditional nitrogen or carbon dioxide. It is a gas-based process that has a lower viscosity and density when compared to the original water-based fracking. While this technique has been more efficient than water-based fracking in Canada and Texas, it is not perfect. It can be limiting in specific shale formations and has some concerns as it has a short track record, and safety and cost could be a whole other problem.
Foam-based fracking is a process of using low-pressure, water-scarce reservoir formations that have a pressure not high enough to drive water and gas out of the well. The actual fluid is used to compose small amounts of water mixed with foaming agents, either nitrogen or carbon dioxide. This technique is first used in the Devon shale wells in eastern U.S. in the 1970s, according to the GAO. Water usage was reduced by 70 to 90% versus slick water. Success from this technique cannot be duplicated in formations that can need a higher pressure, higher volumes of water. Channel fracking technology is yet another alternative. It has been proven to have the most potential for its immediate ability to converse water thanks to widespread use. The tech surrounding it is based on both behavior manipulants and propane. The propanes are injected into a formation with fluid, which later can be extruded into clusters and clumps with propane-free gel. The clusters allow gas to flow freely, which can enhance production by 60% and reduce water up to 58%. The technique is also known to reduce both operational costs and safety, as well as environmental risk. Shale fracturing is already being adopted by the U.S. and overseas.